Hey again, guys, it's Phoenix, back with another Ultimate Match Analysis. And today we're going to be watching GerudoN versus Blind uh, from the same Kingpins Weekly as last time, I believe. Now, GerudoN is a Ganondorf player from the area, and I don't know too much about Blind, but I guess he's playing Ken in this set. I'm not sure if that's who he means. I've never watched him play, uh, but he's taken some names, and as far as I know, he's a fairly okay player. So we'll kind of see where this goes. All right, from the start, we see some control in GerudoN's favor. I believe it's Ken's down tilt that he's using a lot of. I like how Blind has controlled this. So what I think GerudoN should be doing more of in this early stock is he is he's definitely not in control, but like even there for a moment he regains control, but he loses it again because he goes for something risky, which is just a little silly to me. Um, kind of a read based option there. Um, I like that. That was a very good up smash. Um, but he goes for after he goes for the up smash, right? He's got this space right here, and he's got stage control. But he goes for a risky up air, risky because of the option of air dodges, and he gets grabbed for it. And I would imagine, yeah, it goes off stage. So I feel like something that, and this is true in the last commentary as well. Just keep your stage control, and don't take unnecessary risks. I don't know if I like that from GerudoN either. He went for the nair like in his face while on shield. If you're on shield, you really want to be spacing moves as much as you can. It's not always gonna save you, but the times when it will make up for the rest. I like that from Blind. He's gone for side B from the ledge a couple times now, so it seems like GerudoN also from the ledge doesn't like to roll a whole lot. He goes for jump here, side B here. Oh, here he goes for a roll, but it seems like he definitely went for more, but he got punished for the roll as well. So now he's got the input in his head where now he doesn't want to roll because he got punished for it last time. But I still think even if you get red on your rolls, you can mix it up enough with neutral get up, roll, and jump. Jump from ledge is not as unsafe in this game as it is in Melee tournament winners, but stuff like side B is real risky. Also, this was kind of just a Randy up smash. He definitely expected him to do something here. I feel like maybe just go for a grab there or shield yourself. He got a kill though, so. Nice roll. Gives him stage control. The down B has a lot of priority, so smart of him to use it like that. But still dies. What I feel like could be a lot of players don't capitalize on, including GerudoN in this specific instance, but we're gonna pick on him since we have the footage right here. Uh, when you come back, when you're on the Angel platform, you should use that invincibility. You can at least get stage control in almost all matchups. at least. And he only gets it here after he loses his invincibility, which is a little bad. Um, he respawns. He tries to go for something. Blind has stage control, and this is the end of the invincibility, right here. This is all the invincibility you get, and the only reason that Blind gave up stage control is because he thought there was more invincibility, or uh, he thought that he was just playing safe. He was playing real safe. But like a good player there will notice that their opponent isn't controlling the stage after the respawn and will just take the stage control back, which given how strong the invincibility off the Angel platform is, you really shouldn't be letting your opponent do. Also, Blind here, he catches him out really well with this, um, but I don't know if I like it. Blind also has interesting movement with the focus attacks. Um, so he jumps up here. If he was any later, he would have taken some big damage from this. So I don't really know if I like this because well, it's not as bad as I thought initially because it is after GerudoN's double jump, so he doesn't have any other movement options afterwards. So at most he's taking one hit in pretty much any case. And he also has he also has more to punish afterwards. Double jumping before you should double jumping in general is very risky because you have less options to follow up after you hit somebody with a move, and you also have less options if you get hit. So it's definitely a high risk, high reward option sometimes, but when they're low percents, you shouldn't really be going for it all that much. That was really good of GerudoN because it covered so much of the platform. We'll see. It didn't cover the whole platform. He could have done that with like a dash, but it still wasn't too bad. It get him a hit, so. Also, Blind is controlling extremely well in this matchup. He's using his space really effectively, giving up space when he knows that GerudoN's going to go for an approach, and it's working out pretty beautifully for him in this game. Whiffs a grab. Happens to the best of us. That time may have been a little better. Nope. Okay, Blind does the same thing that GerudoN did, which is when you respawn, you should just take stage control. If you can try and get a hit off of that, that's cool too, but the stage is yours. Do some beautiful stuff with it. I'm really liking his like his dash away turnaround moves. He does that with a few grabs in this. Especially earlier one he did on a side B. Also the down tilt, I believe. I really don't want to get that wrong, but I don't know any better and I can't check at the moment. I'm surprised that that didn't work. Wow, he won that game. That was actually insane. That was really clutch. We need to watch this again. He takes so much damage. Blind's in control for so long of this. He goes for these crazy Shoryukens. That was a really good combo. Against Ganon, really, like, if you miss this tech, you're gonna have such an awful time. At this point, you miss this tech, and now Ganon has so much. If you tech in place, he still gets the down smash, I think. If you tech away, he has options. If you tech in, he has options. But if you miss tech, there's so many things he can do, and every Ganondorf main is always trying to go for some flashy stuff. So just don't miss the tech, cause they're never gonna try. They're never gonna try something that won't work on miss tech, except for when they're cool and they try side me. That one combo pretty much changed it from like really bad situation from GerudoN to decent situation, and that nair saved him. Wow, dude, Blind just threw out so many Shoryukens. I don't know if I like that very much. He he definitely was fishing really hard for those. Honestly, having been there on both sides, I think that sometimes I think you just have to recognize that even though it would be nice to get, an up B or an up smash at the moment, that's less likely than just winning the neutral some other way. So just lead into it with something else. Like if say you're playing Fox in melee and Fox has a really good nair in melee, and but they're at kill percent for up smash. So if you just go throw out a bunch of up smashes, well that's slower than nair, and it also has a worse priority in many cases. So you just not throwing out nair, and nair's not gonna kill, but it's gonna set up for kills. You gotta trust your other game play and not fish for stuff. Okay. So thinking about this game in terms of stage selection, um, I think that we saw blind control a lot of space on the ground. I think it would be nice to see GerudoN. Actually, I want to comment on that a little bit. So when blind was on platforms, GerudoN covered that really well. Like with that up smash at one point, probably not here. Yeah, no. Um, but we didn't really see GerudoN go to platforms as much. Um, and blind played pretty groundedly. So I think blind would probably want to go to a flat stage here um if that didn't get banned. So FD or maybe Smashville or something. I think FD is a pretty likely candidate though if it's not banned. I think if I was GerudoN, I would definitely be banning FD after this first game. And actually, there wasn't a whole lot of platform utilization from both players. Um, but I feel like it was more important for blind because of how much control he was in throughout most of this game. And there were a couple clutch cases where GerudoN got like up smashes and other stuff because of the platform being there, so we'll see where they go. Okay, Kalos. I can see this. This makes sense. This is probably an FD ban then. Can't believe he didn't land on the platform there. I think if I was GerudoN, what I would want to do is during these periods where it's hard to get in, try and use the platforms to my advantage. That was okay. I think GerudoN in this instance probably shouldn't go for the side Bs as much. Well definitely shouldn't go for the side Bs as much. I think going to the platform here is super underrated. Um so even though you could roll, you could get up, you could do tournament winner. If you weren't Ganon, you could do just let go of the ledge and jump up here, but if you are Ganon, you can't, so well, usually. Oh, he probably could. Maybe. I like the attempting for a side B there because it would have been definitely a good trade for him. Nice spike. Want to look at the DI. You could probably DI out of that, but I'm not sure, so I won't talk too much about it. GerudoN definitely is taking less scary stuff this stock. I like that he went over and took stage control, and now he throws it away. I think I think GerudoN also, like Somnium, needs to work on maintaining stage control. It's super important. Grappler or not grappler, zoner or not. Yeah. Another thing about stage control, I touched on it in the last video I did, but if you're right here and you get hit, you're going all the way over here. If you're right here and you get hit, you're only going over here. You're not giving up nearly as much. At low percents, if you're right here and you get hit, you go here or here. If you're at high percent, or if you're at low same percentage and you're right here, you go here or off stage. So you can still be hitting people, you can smack people, you can go for trades, because every time you go for a hit, there's always the chance that it's not gonna work. But if you go with them with your back to the center of the stage, um, then it's much harder for them to result. They won't result in as much negativity for you because you'll have more to work with still. I kind of just got comboed this game. I mean, okay. So maybe go back. Otherwise, go somewhere with platforms for sure. Interesting. Don't see a whole lot of Lilat. Everybody hates it. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think for Ganon it would also probably be a particularly good. But we'll see. I want to know the reasoning behind the Lilat, and I'm sure I'll see it shortly. First Tatsu I've seen. Wow. And then he does 3 Tatsus. Okay. All that effort, and he only got 40%. Maybe because the on-stage section seems a little smaller. Okay. I think it might be due to size. He lost his jump, so. Also, something about the side B tech chase is that it's not reactable for the Ganon. Um, I could go and count the frames, but it's not reactable. I know it isn't. So it's really up to a read on some level, and seeing that he's going for these things, he knows that Blind isn't teching it. So I feel like Blind really needs to tech it. Here's something about that actually. If you just got side beat by a Ganon and you're on stage, you can react before you do your tech, or you can react to what he does after you while you're teching. Because I mean, while you're in the tech animation or while you're in the miss tech animation and you're waiting to do a get up, um, you got plenty of time. It's not like you have anything else to do while you're waiting for your animation to finish. Figure out what his options, or figure out what option he likes to do, and do something that avoids that. I feel like a lot of issues people have with the game, um, and especially with getting hit by cheese, like, well, it's not always cheese, but reeds and some things that are considered cheese, like certain things on shield that cause a lot of shield damage. I feel like people would um be a lot better at avoiding those if they watched more intently. Um, take advantage of the times where you're stuck in an animation and use those times to watch what your opponent's doing more closely than you would be. What just happened? That's nice of GerudoN, I think. It could have been better. I think right here, I feel like he goes for a lot of really hard hitting moves when in reality he should be going for faster moves, if that makes a whole lot of sense. And I understand that they're good moves. It's just at this point, right? You're both contesting the center of the stage. There's no real stage control here. If he goes with something fast here that doesn't have a lot of disjoint like Ganon's up smash, if you're going for something fast here, right, as Ken, and you're not going for like a jump in nair, this is either a really hard read or really good noticing of how he's approaching. But I haven't noticed that he approaches on the ground a lot. If you would have approached with a down tilt here, it probably would have hit. Just go for like a jab or something as Ganon here. Um, or a tilt. His tilt's something faster than the up smash though. I think it's like over 10 frames for the up smash. So I kind of like the down B, but only a little. That was a nice nair. Something that is underrated as well. Falcon and Ganon nairs in both the pretty much throughout the series, um, have a lot of priority in so many cases. Um, you can go for Nair and neutral as Ganon or Falcon, and you can be pretty certain that it won't be super dangerous to you. In most cases, if you have stage control, you can beat most approaches, especially from somebody who has small arm approaches in the air like Ken. Um, and you can throw out a Nair, and it'll beat them most of the time. This is incredibly true for like Captain Falcon and Melee, which is one of the best neutral tools in the game. It has like one of the best disjoints. Uh, almost better than Marth's. It will beat Marth's fair in some cases. He ate a surprising amount of punish for that. All right, that was a little better. GerudoN took the stage control with his Angel Recovery. I feel like GerudoN goes for a lot of like reads here or moves without doing the setup for them. I want to talk about conditioning here because conditioning is something that is incredibly awesome and will probably help someone like GerudoN, who is a reads-based player, in my opinion, out quite a bit. So conditioning is the process of feeding your opponent information that leads them to make a decision, and then after you train them to make that decision, you punish that decision with something worse than they thought that they would get punished for when they decided to make that decision in the first place. So let me give you an example. So say that every time every time you're at this distance, Ken's trying to down tilt you, right? So you start jabbing. So eventually he gets wise to this and he's going for like full hop. He's going to stay a little bit farther away. Um and then he's going to do a jump in and like punish the shit out of you, right? Well, that's all fine and dandy, except he's not going to punish the shit out of you because you're conditioning him. So if he's conditioned to believe that every time he's at this distance, you're gonna go for a jab, eventually he's gonna start staying at a slightly farther away distance, just barely, and then he's going to go for jump ins because that's gonna beat your jab. But once you get him to start believing that you don't know how to deal with his jump ins, at that point you go for up smash, and he's gonna get hit by it. You've just conditioned him to jump in. And that's something that's really powerful with somebody like Ganon, who's got big meaty hits and also some things that aren't as meaty. So you could play defensive with Ganon, and you could nair people a whole bunch in the neutral. And honestly, as Ganon, that's what I would do. But something else you need to also do is when you notice the same situations happening over and over again, try to bait your opponent into doing certain things in those situations. You kind of have to lay foundation for these types of attacks before you do them because they're so slow. You want him to have to commit before you commit, because that means that you have a much better chance of making your committal actually work. So at this point, I can give you an example of this actually working in action in game 1, of conditioning someone. Not that there's really 2 parts of conditioning, or 3 parts, 3 phases. The first step or phase is you're performing an action in a certain situation. So for example, Ganon side B from the ledge, okay? So you're performing an action. Well, eventually he's going to get wise to the fact that you're performing this action in this situation fairly frequently. So he's now realized that while you're on the ledge as Ganon, if I can find this section, right here. Nope, not right here. He's now gotten wise to the fact that you, as a Ganon player, like to side B. So at this point, he decides, I'm going to go this way and punish him. So now, as a Ganon player, the next time you grab the ledge and you side B, he's gonna run away. And obviously, you can't punish that with your side B. You don't have any other moves that go that distance. One thing I would try if I was trying to condition someone for this specific situation is a neutral get up or a ledge hop onto stage into a down B, or just a neutral get up, because you know that he's the right spacing to punish a roll maybe. He's definitely the right spacing to punish a side B because you know that he knows about that. He knows that you know about that. And you know that he knows about that, about you knowing that it's a good option. So you have the first part of you performing an action, that's a side B. The second part is he dashes away from the side B because he knows that you're going to do the side B. And the third part is you adjust your actions to fit that. But that's not something this simple and something so defensive. It could also be you like to hit him with a certain move. You're hitting him with let's say, what's a good example with Ganon? You like to do jab while his back is while he's turned away from you in shield. So he's like, okay, that's great. After eventually he realizes that you're jabbing the back of his shield a lot. So he's like, I'll just roll beforehand. So he rolls, you jab. At this point you might take a punish. You might not. But eventually he's going to figure out how to punish you if you just keep doing the same thing on his shield. So what you do is he rolls, you hit him with like an F smash if he rolls in. Because if he wants to punish you, he's going to roll in. So a really, really, really skilled player kind of what separates them when they're conditioning somebody is they can tell exactly when somebody's learned about the action that they're conditioning them with. Um, I think that this is something that as a Ganon player you should be working on. But it's also applicable to pretty much every character in the roster on some level. Um, but somebody with a lot of hard hitting moves like Ganon could use it to great effect. But anyway, let's get back to the rest of the set. I kind of want to see who wins this. This is silly. That was a little crazy. Risky. I guess you could accept it in the heat of the moment, though. It's interesting. Wow, that killed. That's insane. That was a nice parry, also. Also, ultimate players, please lab parrying. Also, a nice tech. He got grabbed for going for an air. I think it's because he fast fell. I think. Kind of wonder what we could do there. All right. He kind of went for a couple air approaches there that just got messed up. Anyway, I think that was a pretty interesting set. I think there were definitely some things there that you could learn from. And if you've got any opinions on my analysis on the set itself, please comment them down below. If you like the video, please like it. Subscribe if you want to see all my ultimate and melee analysis. And have a good day.